The name of the project is the ECHO Logistics Enhancement Project. The project began in April 2021 and we ended in August of 2021. The main objective of the project is to enhance the logistic capacities of the national societies here in Grenada and in the Caribbean. We would have had a lot of challenges in the project. However, I am proud to say that we have come out stronger, and our national society, we are now better able to respond in cases of emergencies. From the project, we enhanced 2 containers and the warehouse at the headquarters of the National Society. 1 container in Caraïbes, it was refurbished. We moved the container. It would have been built on a foundation, a solid foundation, and we would have retrofitted to include a gable roof, wind turbines, etc. We repainted. Same was done in Madays. Main warehouse, we would have changed the roofing. We would have had an issue of termites, which we would have taken care of, changed the shelves to have termite treated shelves. We would have refurbished the bathroom facilities, and now we are able to stock more items. We would have retrofitted the office area so that the warehouse manager can use the warehouse as an office. In the project, we also had a logistics training for warehouse managers for Caraïbes, Madays, and headquarters. During this training, we were trained in the use of the logistics tools. We would have created the documents to be used in the logistics process in terms of distribution and the proper use of these documents. As a follow-up to this training, we would have held an activity where we had a distribution activity and we sent items to Caraïbes and to Madays using the tools that we would have learned from the workshop. This training and activity was successful.
PIRAC is the regional intervention platform of the French Red Cross in the Americas and the Caribbean. It's the French Red Cross tool for international cooperation in the region on disaster risk reduction, health, and emergency humanitarian response. In the Caribbean, most of the countries are exposed to extreme events. With climate change, the frequency and intensity of these events is likely to rise. In this context, local disaster preparedness capacities are essential. To enhance the logistic response capacities for efficient disaster management in the Caribbean, the French Red Cross has been implementing the Logistics Enhancement project, funded by ECHO, the European Union humanitarian aid, in 6 countries in the Caribbean, including the islands of Caraïbes and Grenada.
So the Grenada Red Cross Society is always happy to partner with groups and donors to improve its capacity. This particular project increased our capacity in the disaster management field. It brought capacity in terms of training to volunteers throughout our tri-island state. And so it also brought the capacity to decentralize our warehouses. So in the past, when we had 1 central warehouse, now we can boast of having 2 decentralized warehouses, 1 in St. Patrick's, 1 in Caraïbes, which would of course facilitate easier reach to people who are affected if we are ever affected by disaster. So whenever you do a project, it brings the opportunity to partner with people in community and to increase your visibility. So of course those warehouses that are labeled with the Grenada Red Cross and with the signs of the donor out there in the community, they are in themselves visibility for the Red Cross, and hopefully would attract people to volunteer when they see these signs and just ask a question as to how they could support these things happening. With the training comes long-term capacity, so you'd have people spread out throughout the tri-island state, and if we are impacted by any kind of emergency, they're not so dependent on the headquarters, but they can actually get into action even before, the major systems are activated. We always take the opportunity to say thank you to our donors. In small national societies like Grenada and other small islands, the competition for resources to do this type of work always remains a challenge. So whenever we get this opportunity, we do take time out to say thank you. In this particular project, we partnered with our National Society of the French Red Cross, and through them, the PIRAC, which is the Regional Interventions for Disaster-Related Issues based in Guadeloupe. So we want to say thanks to all the support staff and teams out there. And on to the donor who actually paid the dollar to see this work, it was ECHO. the Humanitarian Office of the European Union. So we take this opportunity to say thank you to them too. In Grenada here, I must say thank you to the volunteers who made this happen. And I say thank you to the volunteers because we saved on this project in terms of administration. The volunteer who managed this project saved the National Society over $30,000 in staff payments, and for that we must say that volunteerism is at the heart of everything we do. And so as the president, I take this opportunity again to treasure the services of our greatest assets, who is none less than our volunteers.